Returning guest today because the next topic is important to all business professionals. If you're going to be in business, you got to watch that cash flow and your time management. And if you're going to watch cash flow and time management, you want to talk to Hindell Grossman of Grossman Associates because she's big in family law and families affect businesses. Is that correct?
Absolutely. You can't be distracted by a divorce when you're trying to be a successful business person.
That's correct. So Hindell, why don't you first tell us a little bit about your practice and what it does, and then we'll get into the current changes in the legislation.
Yes, my firm is Grossman Associates on Wells Avenue in Newton as well as on Nantucket. I've been a lawyer since 1985, and the focus of my practice is in family law and the changing structure of families, trying to recognize that families of all kinds need attention, both in the divorce and in the adoption area.
And adoption too.
Yes, adoption too.
Wow. So what are the hot topics du jour?
Well, there are lots of trends, actually. There's the new family structure, which really focuses a lot on adoption, even in same-sex parents, to make sure the parents have rights to their children. So it's important to recognize that...
Amazing to think that parents wouldn't have rights to their own children.
Well, in a same-sex couple, one of them isn't a biological parent. So to be sure that one parent exercises parenting rights by going forward and actually adopting through the legal process. So
even in an act of love, you need to make sure you follow the law.
That's absolutely right. And there are all kinds of interesting stories about people who are together, who even heterosexual couples who need to take steps to make sure that they both have parenting rights to children, because if not, they lose access and they lose rights, and it's important to make sure that happens. The other new thing is that the new Alimony Reform Act was enacted in March of 2012, and that changed the law significantly in Massachusetts in 3 different ways. One as to retirement, one as to alimony, the duration of alimony, and the other one, the third area, is cohabitation. And that...
Can we go into all 3?
Happy to. Let's see. The first area is on retirement. That means that someone paying alimony can stop paying alimony when they retire. And the retirement age is defined by the Social Security Act. So it's approximately age 65 or 66, depending on their date of birth. So that is a new, enactment, part of the Alimony Reform Act. There are exceptions, of course, like almost everything else in the law, but primarily alimony payers can stop paying when they retire. The second piece of the new Alimony Reform Act has to do with the duration of alimony. That is, it's no longer a lifetime obligation, and that's based on a formula, based on the length of the marriage.
So is there a payout, so to speak?
No, it could be a payout, a lump sum payout, if that's a negotiated thing. But it's also based on alimony duration is based on a formula on the length of the marriage. So if you're married 5 to 10 years, the duration of alimony is 60% of the length of the marriage. If you're married 10 to 15 years, it's 70% of the length of the marriage. If you're married 15 to 20 years, it's 80% of the length of the marriage. If you're married more than 20 years, you're in an area where it could be lifetime potentially.
Now, judges are not obligated